In the enchanted forest lived a fairy named Flora. While most fairies spent their days sprinkling dew on flowers or teaching songs to birds, Flora was different. She had a very special gift. She was a crochet designer. Flora's home was inside a hollow oak tree. If you stepped inside, you would be amazed. Shelves were lined with glowing yarn balls in every color. But the most magical thing was her crochet hook. When Flora's hook touched the yarn, the threads sparkled with enchantment. Flora didn't just make clothes. Every dress, every shawl, every ribbon she crocheted was filled with dreams and memories. One quiet afternoon, Flora was finishing a pink vintage-style frock when there came a gentle knock at her wooden door. When she opened it, she saw a little girl standing there. Her name was Amira. With shy eyes, Amira asked, "Are you the fairy who makes dresses out of dreams?" Flora's smile was warm and kind. "I make crochet dresses, little one," she said. "But the dreams must come from you. Tell me, what is it your heart wishes for?" Amira's voice trembled as she answered, "My grandmother used to crochet dresses like you. But she's gone now. Tomorrow we have a vintage fair at school. Everyone will wear something beautiful. I don't want the fanciest dress. I just want something that feels like Grandma's hug." Flora's eyes sparkled softly. She took Amira's hand. "Come inside, dear child. Let me make you a dress stitched with love." Flora picked up her glowing hook. The moment she began to crochet, the room filled with a rhythmic tick-tick-tick sound. With each stitch, light spread across the cottage. With each loop, a faint fragrance of roses and cookies filled the air, the scent of Amira's grandmother. Hours passed as Flora worked tirelessly. Amira watched with wide eyes, amazed at the magic unfolding before her. Finally, just before sunset, Flora held up a beautiful dress. Amira slipped into the dress. At once, the dress glowed gently, surrounding her with warmth. The air smelled of her grandmother's hugs and laughter. The next day, Amira wore the dress to her school's fair. Children twirled in colorful costumes, but Amira's glowing crochet frock stood out. Everyone admired it, not because it was the fanciest, but because it carried a feeling of love and warmth. Soon, word of Flora's magical crochet dresses spread far and wide. Fairies came asking for gowns to wear to tea parties. Butterflies requested tiny capes to protect their wings. Even little birds arrived, asking for soft crochet vests for their chicks. But Flora never asked for gold or treasure. She asked only for a story, a memory, or a wish. And with those, she created her magical designs. One cold morning, Flora discovered something troubling. Her shelves were almost empty. The magical yarn was nearly gone. "Without this yarn, my dresses will be ordinary. I can't make magic anymore," she whispered sadly. That evening, something extraordinary happened. Outside Flora's cottage, a crowd had gathered. Fairies, animals, butterflies, and Amira herself stood there with gifts. One brought a scrap of yarn. Another, a flower petal. Others whispered wishes and shared memories. "Flora," they said, "you have stitched our hearts into your dresses. Now we will give you our magic." Flora gathered their gifts, and as she spun them together, a brilliant new ball of yarn appeared in her hands, glowing with every color of the rainbow. With tears of joy, she began to crochet. Her hook danced faster than ever before, and the yarn shimmered like sunlight and moonlight woven together. She created her greatest masterpiece yet, a huge crochet shawl, wide enough to cover the entire village. When she wrapped it around them, everyone felt warm, safe, and loved. Even the coldest winter night could not break the warmth of that magical shawl. From that day on, Flora was more than just a fairy with a hook. She was known as the designer of memories, the weaver of love, and the guardian of dreams. And even now, it is said that if you wander deep into the whispering forest and hear the faint tick-tick-tick of a crochet hook, follow it carefully. You might just find a little fairy waiting to crochet your dreams into a dress.